In the early 80s, the video game industry was on the verge of collapse. The market was flooded with low-quality titles, and consumer trust had reached an all-time low. But in 1985, one company took a bold step that would change gaming forever. This is the story of the Nintendo Entertainment System. By 1986, the North American video game market had crashed. But in Japan, a new console was making waves, the Family Computer, or Famicom. Developed by Nintendo, the Famicom launched in 1983 and quickly became a runaway success. Nintendo saw an opportunity to bring their console to the US, but convincing American retailers to sell video games again? That was a monumental challenge. In 1985, Nintendo took a calculated risk by launching the NES in New York City as a test market. It wasn't marketed as a video game console, but as an entertainment system, complete with the NES Zapper and Rob, the robotic operating buddy. With a lineup of high-quality games and a strong marketing push, the NES gained traction. By 1986, it had rolled out nationwide, and the industry had officially been revived. But what made the NES so special? Beyond its innovative marketing and iconic games, its hardware was a marvel of 8-bit engineering. Let's take a closer look at what powered this legendary console. At the heart of the NES was the Ricoh 2A03 processor, a modified version of the MOS technology 6502, running at 1.79 MHz. While this might seem tiny compared to modern gaming CPUs, it was a powerhouse for its era, allowing smooth side-scrolling and more detailed sprites than previous consoles. The NES featured the Picture Processing Unit (PPU), the Ricoh 2C02, which could display up to 25 colors per frame from a palette of 54 total colors. It supported 64 sprites on screen, but with a limit of 8 per scan line, leading to the classic sprite flickering effect seen in games like Mega Man. The NES wasn't just visually impressive, it had an unmistakable sound. Its audio came from an integrated 5-channel PSG, programmable sound generator, capable of producing 2 pulse waves, a triangle wave, a noise channel, and a sample bass channel for primitive drum sounds. The simple yet versatile setup gave us some of the most iconic game soundtracks in history. One of the NES's biggest innovations wasn't in its hardware power, it was in its controller design. With its D-pad, 2 action buttons A and B, and Start/Select, it set the standard for nearly every controller that followed. Gone were the days of bulky joysticks. Nintendo had created a layout that would shape gaming forever. Beyond the standard controller, the NES introduced a variety of add-ons. The Zapper for light gun games like Duck Hunt, the infamous Power Glove, and even Rob the Robot, which, while short-lived, helped market the NES as more than just another console. With its hardware pushing the limits of 8-bit gaming, the NES set a new benchmark for home consoles. But what truly defined its success was its legendary game library. Super Mario Bros. Redefined platforming, The Legend of Zelda introduced open-world adventure, and Metroid pioneered non-linear exploration. Titles like Mega Man and Castlevania became the foundation of entire franchises. And who could forget the ritual of blowing into cartridges? It might not have actually fixed anything, but it became an iconic part of NES culture. By the late 80s, the NES had revived the gaming industry, selling over 60 million units worldwide, while competitors like Sega's Master System tried to challenge Nintendo's dominance. The NES reigned supreme, thanks to its unparalleled game library and third-party support. The Nintendo Entertainment System wasn't just a console, it was a movement. It shaped the way games were developed, marketed, and played. Even today, many NES classics live on through remakes, collections, and the continued love of retro gamers. The NES set the standard for what a gaming console could be, and it was just the beginning of Nintendo's incredible journey. With the NES firmly establishing Nintendo's dominance, what would come next? In the next episode, we explore the evolution of 16-bit gaming and the birth of a new rivalry. Join me as we dive into the world of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.